everyone, and welcome to the Noodle Network, the only channel on YouTube with 3 ways to play with your noodle. Well, I made it, everyone. Welcome to PAX East. So today on the Noodle Network, we're going to be talking a little bit about PAX East. I know it's been about, I think it's been about a month now, almost. When is it? It was early March. Today is March 26th. So yeah, it's almost been a month since PAX has gone by. And I'm sorry for the delay in this video, guys. A lot of things happened. I had to get a lot of stuff done. Obviously, the Vanishing Act, that a lot of the video footage that I did caused some delays too. But I just wanted to make this quick video for you guys, just to go over everything that I saw at PAX, and just to show you footage of what I have, and just to kind of give you an idea of what my opinions are on the games that were displayed. So I wanted to start off with a game that most people will remember from the PS1 era. Well, most people who are old enough and fossilized like myself to remember what that game was. And that is the PlayStation Classic Crash Bandicoot. Now, Crash Bandicoot, the N-Sane trilogy, is it's not actually a new Crash Bandicoot game so much as it is a very much updated version of the first 3 Crash Bandicoot games, which were Crash Bandicoot, Cortex Strikes Back, and just wanted to go over with the Crash Bandicoot N-Sane trilogy, just to go over, give my opinions of what I saw when I was at PAX East, as well as what I was able to get my hands on, which was actually 1 stage. PlayStation was limiting it to 1 stage per person, and that was because the line was insane. It was literally insane. Get it? Let's start off with just how it visually presented itself. Graphics-wise, this has been an incredible overhaul of the game. It looks beautiful. It really looks like a PlayStation 4 game. It moves smoothly. It really wouldn't surprise me if the game was all the way up there at 1080p, 60 FPS. I'm not sure. I can't really speak for it by just visualizing it. But from what I saw, I would estimate it probably is up there. It probably is that, because wow, is it smooth and just buttery good. I just wanted to bring up the music for the game. Obviously, not everything is there. It's just, like I said, I played 1 stage, but the, you know, from what I was listening to, from when I had the headset on, and actually you won't be able to hear the music, I'm really sorry guys, but they had the headset only. They didn't have an ability to record the volume, but for me, it sounded exactly like it did in the game. The sound effects were all there. I don't know if it's they put in the same like voice over for him or not, but I would assume they got someone very similar if it's not the original person. Moving on to the content and the controls. The content from the game, everything is there from what I saw, at least from that 1 level, and everybody else that I was recording there. The content was there, you know, the question mark blocks, the nitro icons, the extra lives, all the basic stuff was there, and honestly, that's really good. One of the things I love about this this iteration of Crash, this trilogy that's being released, is that they haven't really messed around with it a whole lot. They made it visually more spectacular and pleasing to the eyes. They've amplified the sound and the music, and that's pretty much it. You know, they just slapped a really nice, good paint job on it, and they're releasing it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. And I know some people would complain, oh, well, they're not adding anything new to it. Well, yeah, they're not adding anything new to it because this is an old game from the PlayStation 1 era, which they brought over to the PlayStation 4 era. Now, 3 generations later, maybe 4 if you count the PlayStation Pro, but it's also for PlayStation 4, so I'm calling it 3 gens. And it plays like it used to. The gameplay controls are pretty much exactly the same. I did notice that they fixed the camera angle a little bit, so it's not completely like always angled in a way that you just got kind of stuck for a bit. Obviously, being a side scroller, you're either going forward or you're going side to side. Obviously, with the Crash games, there's a question of, story replay value. Story wise, the Crash games never had much of a story. They never had much of a big thing rolling for them. They did try to piece together like, the evil doctor, who his name escapes me and I apologize for that, is trying to take over the world, and Crash has to battle him or something like that. There really wasn't much of a story to be spoken of back then, and even when there was, it was so vague and so out there that it didn't really matter. As for replay value, the Crash games have always had a certain replay value, in the idea that you could play the game again and it would just be almost as entertaining as the first round through, at least in my experience. However, if you put that aside, if you're really looking for like new stuff to pop up, I mean, you could try harder difficulty, but other than that, you're not getting much else. Moving on to the overall value. The overall value of the game, I mean, if they're offering everything that was in the original 3 Crash games, then I see no reason that this couldn't be a very, very worthwhile game. Now, it is basically a remaster version of it, and that we have a bunch of those out these days, and I'm not the person to ask about those things, because it seems like they're just remastering them over a single generation, sometimes even less. The overall value of Crash, if they keep what they had in the original that was good, if they fix some of the issues like the camera angles and sometimes the controls got a little stuck, what they do is, if they clean up the graphics, make it look PS4 era, if they amplify the sounds, make the quality of the sound just like right there with you, this game has the potential to be worthwhile, to be the average asking price of not full price $60, but of $50 to $40. From what I played, this game is definitely worth a look at. I would definitely pay $40 to $50 for this game. But it's not out yet. I haven't played it yet, and I don't believe it's coming out for another month or two. I will have to get the release date on that. Yeah, actually, I just took a look at it, guys. It comes out June 30th of this year. So we've got a little bit of a wait on us, but I think it's going to be well worth the wait. Well worth it. Moving on, I just wanted to talk about one of the more specific requests out there by people, and a personal favorite of mine, Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 being released on the PlayStation 4. Now, this is a tricky issue because, as I said earlier, I'm not a huge fan of remasters. My point being is that I don't like when companies just shoot them out crazy and just are clearly in it for the money. It really aggravates me that they're doing this, and it's because a lot of people will buy in, and I am so not an exception to that. Because when I played Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 Remastered Edition on the PS4 at PAX East, it was so much fun. The graphics seemed like they were very much PlayStation 4. The frames per second seemed pretty high up. I don't know if they were 60 or not, but they were definitely moving fluidly enough that it could have fooled my eyes. Um, the sounds, obviously, all they kept the sounds and everything, so there's not much edited there. But just being able to play Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 on the PlayStation 4 in that quality of frame rate and graphics was just overwhelmingly pleasing. Now, however, if you have 1.5 and 2.5 for the PS3, I am gonna say it right here, guys. I don't think it's worth your money. Off the bat, I'm gonna say it's not really worth it. There's no point. There's no reason to do that. The reason being is that this is a game that's already had a remaster. This is a game that's already had both original games released along with all the individual games on there. And one of the actually two big things about Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 that I remember right now is that in 1.5 and 2.5 they both had games that were made into cinematic sequences, and that really irritated me. It seemed like a very amateurish idea. It seemed very lazy, and I wasn't a fan of that. Now, the gameplay themselves, the rest of the games, I love. I love Kingdom Hearts. I'm a huge fan. In fact, I have a Keyblade stashed around here somewhere. I'll have to share it with you guys at another time. But 1.5 and 2.5, I don't think it's going to be worth it if you already have the PS3 versions. If you don't have the PS3 versions, or you only have a PS4, and you're a fan of Kingdom Hearts and just the series in general, I would recommend you at least take a look at it. It would probably be worth your while if you feel like you would play the games all over again. And being a mega fan like myself, it's a no-brainer. I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna get it as soon as it comes out, and I think like the end of the week. I think that's when it comes out. I think it's March 28th, actually. Now, for the last category, I want to talk about indie games. Indie games, in particular, were very, very big and on the scene at PAX East, and it actually surprised me. And I mean, no offense by that, obviously. I just wasn't expecting there to be so many of them present. But I got to play three games while I was there. Or actually, I watched two and played the third one. Overland and Night in the Woods were the first two, and they were from Finji, who I have contacted about the interview. Unfortunately, I have not heard back from them. I don't know if that's a sign of they're too busy, that they can't schedule another interview. And I completely understand, guys. I completely understand that this was just an unfortunate incident. I will try to look into them, and maybe I'll try to send another email through to get in contact with them. I really would like to see if there's any way anything can be done, if I can speak to them for just like 5 minutes of their time. But Finji, if you're listening, just give me a call, email me. I would really appreciate it. And if you're too busy, you're too busy. It's very simple like that. We'll just move past it. The third and final game I want to talk about right now is Masquerada Songs and Shadows. And I've been in talks with the PR there. I believe Lena is her name. I could be pronouncing that wrong. I apologize if I am. But I've been in talks with her, and we are currently scheduling an interview. I know I revealed this earlier on the Facebook site, but I am currently scheduling an interview with her to speak with the developers and with Aspyr Media, I believe is the name of the company that helped make the game. But I'm currently in talks to get that done. That will probably, hopefully, be done by April 8th is the deadline that we've set. We'll see. I don't know. It could take longer than that. Hopefully, I'll be able to get it to you guys as soon as possible. The game itself, I believe, is out on Steam right now. I'm not sure. I got a code from them, which I'm going to be looking into the game and playing. I actually was able to play a little bit of it when I was at the PAX East, but the quality of the video and the fact that the volume is missing from it does hurt the gameplay when I show it to you guys. You know, from what I played of it, it's a very interesting, very story-driven game that focuses primarily on the strategy style of the game.
You have my sword. And you have my bow.
And my axe!
One last thing I just wanted to share with you guys and everyone who visits the Noodle Network YouTube channel. I just wanted to share with you guys the amazing cosplay. Some of the just really cool cosplays out there. And I only got 5 photos, and I recognized some of them, but I didn't recognize all of them. So if you guys know what these costumes are that I don't know, then please feel free to comment in the section below. Obviously, I knew Final Fantasy VII's Cloud Strife, Zack Fair, and Tifa Lockhart. The Last of Us's Ellie and Joel. I recognized the Fallout 4 costume, but I didn't know if it was actually from that specific game, or if it was from, or who she was exactly. The other one, the mage, I'm assuming, I don't know what that costume was from, but if anybody knows, feel free to enlighten me. Thanks. Also, if any of you guys who I have here in the video and cosplay are watching, please comment in the section below. Let me know, because good on you guys for making these costumes. I couldn't come even a quarter close to the cool stuff you make. And if I see you next year at PAX East, feel free to stop on by and say hi. But that's about it, folks. I'm going to wrap this up. This actually turned out to be a lot longer than I was anticipating, but I just wanted to give you guys the heads up on the games that I played and what I felt about them. But, you know, that's everything I have to say. Thank you very much for tuning into my extraordinarily late video. And guys, I promise I'm working on the reviews. I'm so sorry. Please stick with me. I will have them out as quickly as I can. In the meantime, if you're going to join us for live streams, I've been working on Horizon Zero Dawn, getting that done. And we've done, I think now, 4 days worth of streams. And I think 2 or 3 of those days we've done 2 streams a day. But, you know, join us for some of that, because we've been having a blast. Otherwise, that's pretty much everything. So, guys, thank you for tuning in, and we will see you all next time. Take it easy, folks.